Welcome back over to the Southeast Asian Best of the Best Game 3 between Execration and Arrow Gaming. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit, and it is time to see who will advance to the semi-finals. Will it be the Filipinos? Will it be Execration? Or will it be the team from Malaysia? Bit of an upcoming team, but they've been making splashes and bigger waves in the Southeast Asian team. It's Arrow Gaming playing over on the Radiant side. We'll hop ourselves into the game. It's the Southeast Asian Best of the Best, brought to you by eClub, sponsored by NVIDIA. Big thanks to these guys for keeping Southeast Asia Dota alive. We at Beyond the Summit love casting our Southeast Asian Dota, and that's where we're happy to see tournaments like this come up constantly, and all thanks to eClub, who are the ones behind this. So we're here in the playoffs. We've had a couple of weeks of group stage matches. 8 teams have advanced to the playoffs round. We've got quarterfinals tonight, quarterfinals tomorrow morning, and then semifinals tomorrow afternoon. So I get confused because they're pretty much all today for me. But for you viewers in Southeast Asia, it's these matches start at 10 p.m. The next quarterfinals are tomorrow at 11 a.m. So 11 a.m. on Saturday, and then the semifinals are 2 p.m. on Saturday. So for the Southeast Asian viewers, do be sure to tune in tomorrow morning for the rest of the first and second round of playoffs. It's the quarterfinals and semifinals. And to those of you in the US, like myself, well, tune in tonight. It's now like early morning, and the playoffs will continue later on tonight in about 12 hours' time. A lot of great matches coming our way, and it is time to get ourselves into game number 3. Execration took game 1 fairly convincingly with the Lycan pick, and since then we have seen no Lycans whatsoever.
10 seconds
It's going to be Arrow Gaming playing on the Radiant side. They won game number 2 with a strong push strat built around this Chen, and that's where Execration want to be careful about what they actually give away. We see another Sanking ban. These teams have been prioritizing Sanking very high. First pick material almost, and it's actually getting banned out in the first ban stage this time around. And Arrow Gaming, they're not messing around.
Team pick.
They don't care about fun. It's the anti-fun, the anti-mage. And well, how fitting is it? It's currently, okay, I was about to say it's early morning here. It's not quite, it's well past 3 a.m., but we'll see 3 a.m. soon enough, I imagine, as Arrow Gaming are going to be picking it up. This is something that can be exploited, I feel. You've gone for the Chen draft, which is a more draft kind of built around like your mid-game push, but then you go for an anti-mage. So this for me seems a bit of an odd mix to put together. In the past, when you had your 4 protect 1s, you often did Chen anti-mage, but to me the 4 protect 1 with an anti-mage doesn't really work anymore. And that's why if you want to draft an anti-mage, I think you need to go a bit more aggressive and have more team fight and just gank heavy lineup, but Chen can do okay there. But yeah, if Execration want, they've got the Ancient Apparition, they can look to punish anti-mage with a Trilane of their own. They can put Prophet in the safe lane solo role. They've got a number of different options available to them. So I don't think they'll care about this anti-mage pick. They'll see this and think, nice, this could work in our favor. As for Execration, so far they've got a pretty global lineup with the Prophet and Ancient Apparition, the 2 global ultis, and that's where Zeus and Spectre got banned out. Arrow Gaming were like, wait a second, you guys have a lot of global power. Let's ban some of this out. They banned the Zeus. Like, I can understand banning the Spectre, but Zeus is not a very dominant hero in the mid lane, and that's where I think banning the Spectre is a good choice because it does fit quite well into the carry role, but I feel like banning out the Zeus isn't entirely necessary, but nonetheless they do have to do so just to avoid any kind of a full-out global strategy. And then we look towards Arrow Gaming, picking up a Visage, get themselves a strong Trilane of their own, although they're not going to have a Trilane. They've got the Chen there, but a good, strong support here. If the Execration do go offensive, it can kind of pack a punch and just look to protect the anti-mage as well as dishing out damage as needed. And we get the Centaur as their first pick, so that's likely going to be the offlane of Arrow Gaming. So far, I've got to say, I prefer the Execration draft. I feel like they've just got no holes, all-around solid draft. And this anti-mage pick, something that can be abused. It's kind of like a potential weakness in the Arrow Gaming lamp. At the same time, it could be their greatest strength. If he doesn't go contested, if he gets up the fast battlefield, he starts split pushing and gets out of control, he's their greatest strength. So he's either going to be their greatest weakness or their greatest strength, and it really is a very volatile draft that Arrow Gaming have, which is where Execration, I feel, have just got a much more standard way of setting things up. If they get off to a good start, it could be all over Arrow Gaming, and this is where it's very risky going for this anti-mage in game number 3 of this series. But we'll see how it works out. We've still got a bit of time left in this draft. Execration, get a Mirana pick. We saw this in game 1 in the mid lane for Chemo. This time around, though, it could be a Trilane. Shadow Demon, Ancient Apparition, Mirana, Tri-Range, Chilling Touch in play as well. Disruption into Arrow. Dead hero. Like, you don't even need the cold feed. This is all about the Chilling Touch. All that extra damage that 3 heroes can get. And I think they'll just be looking to go straight down the bottom lane. Let's contest the anti-mage. Prophet does great in 1v1 matchups. You've got Treants. You've got the range advantage. You can rush the phase boots. I think Nature's Prophet is one of the better, well, he definitely is one of the better 1v1 heroes. And he does pretty well against Centaur. Centaur can go for an early point in return. Does pack a punch as well if he does get on top of the Nature's Prophet. So Centaur won't have the worst time, but the main worry is that the anti-mage will struggle against this Triline. Execration can just pick up a strong mid. Maybe they send Mirana mid like they did in Game 1 and get a Triline hero of some kind, but yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how things pan out with this draft of theirs. And so we will get ourselves into the last couple of picks. Well. I see some bans come out. Nyx Assassin gets banned out for now by Arrow Gaming. I think recognizing that Execration don't have a good frontliner. Some kind of a... Nyx Assassin, even though he's not tanky, acts as a tank because he's got an AoE stun in the Impale and he's got Carapace, which is like a quasi-Ravage in a sense when you can stun so many heroes with. Obviously, they actually have to attack you, but you're in the front lines, you put Carapace, suddenly people can't hit you. Or if they do, they get stunned up. And that's where he's actually a really good hero that Execration could use for their mid lane potentially. As Execration themselves ban out the mid laner Puck, and now we look to see what Arrow Gaming pick up for their last pick. Execration don't even have to decide whether Mirana's in the tri-lane or mid yet. They can wait and see what Arrow Gaming send mid and decide, hey, look, do we want to put a counter pick mid? Or do we want to send the Mirana mid? So if they see Arrow Gaming pick up something that can be countered, they may just look to do so with their last pick here. That's for what kind of counters we're looking at. That's more sort of speculation for the most part. As we will get ourselves into this last pick and stage of the game. Big thanks everyone tuning in, as well as hopefully being nice in the chat. I mentioned this earlier during Game 2. I'll say it once again, guys. Do please be considerate of one another, as well as different teams, their nationalities, as we're all Dota players. We all play the same game. We all love the same game, and we should all get along. That's my spiel there. If you don't get along, well, our mods will slap you into place. So I wouldn't dare challenge our mods. They're pretty scary folks. And Arrow Gaming last pick a Death Prophet. You're going push with Chen plus Death Prophet, but then you pick an anti-mage. Like, it's like Arrow Gaming, they have got this, like, I don't know, Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde kind of thing going on. It's like, they want to push, and then they want to carry. I mean, I guess you can push as 4 while the anti-mage farms. This is like your 4-1 split kind of draft, but it's just so, like, the Chen Death Prophet is all about winning the game in the first 20 to 30 minutes of the game, and Anti-Mage is all about farming that 20 to 30 minutes of the game, so that's where it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, I don't mind the Chen being in the draft to push down towers, get Anti-Mage some extra early gold for his Battle Fury, but you want to pick more of a tempo controller for your mid lane, which is where the Dragon Knight would have been good, which got banned out. He's good at pushing towers and also scales pretty well, and well, last pick TA. There's your mid hero. Not a direct counter to DP, but definitely a hero that matches up well against Death Prophet. You can block most of the Crypt Swarm damage using Refraction. You generally have a last hit advantage as well. Death Prophet can just will be forced to last it using Crypt Swarm, but TA can last it using the Refraction damage as well as get good denies. Alrighty. We'll hop ourselves in. It's time. Game 3, the decider here. Arrow Gaming got their work cut out for them with this draft. That's how I see the thing. Execration can go offensive trialing. They can even if they don't go offensive trialing, you've got a roaming Shadow Demon AA. It's a scary thought regardless of how they do things here. And you got to wonder, do Arrow Gaming look to dodge the offensive trialing, send the anti-mage top? That puts Centaur safe lane. If Centaur's safe lane, he just gets punished. You can dive the tower, go in from behind. It's a lot easier to dive this Radiant safe lane than the off lane. The off lane, you have to go all the way around, but in that safe lane, well, you're already there. Like, you just have to take a little loop around the trees. But for the off lane, you've got to loop all the way around the secret shop, just to show you what I mean. Like, you've got to go all the way around here. This safe lane, you're already farming here. You just have to loop around a tiny bit to actually get in from behind. So it's a lot easier to kill the Centaur in his safe lane and the off lane, which is where dodging the offensive trialing isn't necessarily a solution, because the Centaur will get absolutely nothing out of the lane. But we'll see what the two teams have in mind. It is going to be game number 3, guys. As mentioned, Lance heading straight up to the top lane. It looks like they do want to try and dodge this offensive tri line. This puts Centaur in a very tough spot in the safe lane. As for Execration, do we dare see a level 1 Roche? Arrow, Bassi Rig, they're going level 1 Roche. They're doing this. Is this going to be scouted? Doesn't look like it. Arrow Gaming, don't dare move out. This is definitely level 1 Roche. He'll get meld, he'll get the minus armor. They've got the treants to help tank as well. Arrow going to go flying. Roshan will get worked away at. They've got 2 treants here, which is going to cause it to clap, which isn't really the best case scenario. You maybe want to pull one of these back, but either way, it doesn't really matter here. They've got a lot of damage up, but more treants being summoned from the low ground end. It's not being scouted. This is Roche. What a huge advantage for Execration here in game number 3. A cool strategy coming out. They throw another arrow from Ninja Boogie. He's going for the first unambassador ring, and no one's taking damage. They've got treants to tank this one. Roshan's going down. Execration here in game number 3. You can dodge the tri lane, but you cannot predict the level 1 Roche. You may think you know what Execration are doing with their lanes, but you sure as hell do not know what they're doing with this level 1 Roche. A third arrow gets thrown, Clarity gets popped, and well, Roshan should be going down shortly. Looks like Iway taking a bit of damage here. Need to be a bit careful. The meld. There we go. Roshan goes down. Looks like the TA even picked up the last hit. 900 gold for your TA. Gets pulled a couple tangos. He's got his bottle already. There we go. He's going to ferry that one out. And Roshan already on this dire side. What a start, man. They gave it to the Prophet. I think deciding Prophet's going to be... Oh, he's going to be against a tri-lane potentially. If Execration knew these lanes were coming, they would send their tri-lane top, but we'll see if they figure things out or if they even look to switch up their lanes. But Nature's Prophet will be against the tri-lane, which is where it's probably good he has this Aegis. Keep him alive a bit longer. Man. Game 3, 1 apiece, and level 1 Roshan Execration pulling out the big plays here. That is some ballsy stuff, because if they get caught out there, I guess you've got a terrible level 1 fight. Like, even if Arrow Gaming come, sure, your TA's got meld, your Marana maybe has no mana, because Marana was spamming arrows there, was actually mostly out of mana. But Death Prophet, like, that's a level 1 Crypt Swarm. Not to mention Death Prophet with 280 movement speed at level 1, not the best. Visage, 0 base armor. Soul Assumption's pretty good for level 1 fighting, but Visage is super squishy. Centaur, if you can get a Stomp off, it's good, but where's your setup? You've got absolutely no setup. The only thing they can maybe go for is a Grave Chill into Centaur stun, but then you've got no Soul Assumption. Anti-Mage, terrible at level 1 fighting. Chen, terrible at level 1 fighting. That Arrow Gaming just have a horrible lineup to contest Roshan. If they come, they risk getting banished, arrowed. Chilling Touch as well could have come into play. That was just never going to be a fight that they could try and take. Well, Arrow Gaming. Let's see what they want to do here. I already called this going to be difficult for them just from the draft, and then on top of this, we see they're up against level 1 Roshan. Execration, level 2.5, just going into the lane. Reconnect's now coming out, and it looks like Execration are ready to go. Arrow Gaming. I feel like the pause was kind of nice for them. They got a couple minutes to just say, okay, that's a bad start for us. A really bad start, but this is what we're going to do. This is how we respond if they have a tri-lane top. This is how we respond if it's tri-lane bottom. This is our game plan for playing from behind, because they're behind. They've got a huge experience deficit right now. That's 1,500 experience, which in the early game is absolutely massive. These lanes will be tricky. TA at mid. Could even just bottle Crow right off the bat. But this is going to have a huge advantage against this Death Prophet because of the rune, and we're possibly looking at another kill coming in as well. Hasn't been scouted out. Has been scouted out. There's an Observer there as well, getting pinged now. Should be enough to keep this Death Prophet alive. And that's where the level 2 also comes into play, because there's not only Chilling Touch, but there's also Cold Feet. Disrupt Cold Feet. Pretty much guaranteed to latch on. There's Nature's Prophet at the top lane. He's just going for a bit of a pull to pull his creep wave back, and they still want to try and get this kill. Oh, can they actually get this? The disruption is there. This Chilling Touch, I think it will proc it. Should be... Oh, nope, they didn't time it right. The disruption came a bit late. The Cold Feet would have procced inside the disruption. As a result, it gets dodged. He needed to use the disruption a bit sooner. The Cold Feet's a 4 seconds, and disruption is 2.5. So you've got like a 1.5 second window to use the disruption, and he takes too long. And the Cold Feet cannot proc while you're in disruption. That's the problem there. He almost managed it, but I think it was just half a second too late. As we are going to see Centaur look to drop a ward here, just scout things out a bit himself, and he's up against Ninja Boogie here in the Marana, and here come the supports back bottom, and this is where things get a bit trickier for them. Death Prophet mid so far doing just... I mean, he's expected to lose the CS battle. You're against a TA with Bottle Magic Stick at level... Well, I say level 1. He was level 2. He had a level advantage. That's the other catastrophic thing. Death Prophet's playing from behind in terms of experience. Behind a full level, behind a good chunk of gold, but still doing the best he can out of this matchup. So all things considered, this is not too bad a start for him. And Chen's jungling the enemy jungle here, avoiding potential aggression from the supports. And this is the one thing the Centaur can do. Go jungle with return. And he's going to dodge the tri-lane, get himself some experience and levels, and this is probably the best idea for himself. So not only have Arrow Gaming dodged the tri-lane, but the hero who's potentially against them is getting farm as well as levels in the jungle. So all 3 lanes going about as well as they could, considering the level 1 Roshan strat. Problem is now the supports are on the move. They're smoked up. Well, looks like they want to go try find the Chen actually. Interesting. They're level 3 as well, so 2 points in Chilling Touch, 1/1/1 build from Shadow Demon. This is pretty much a guaranteed kill if they find the Chen. If they hit the cold feet, that's the big thing here. They've got to be able to get that combo off. And they're smoked up here, and they'll find the Chen soon enough. And this is not something Arrow Gaming will not see this coming. Their wards are both near this bottom lane. They will not scout this one out. They think they assume maybe the supports are smoking mid. A more logical kind of path to take is like you go, ooh, let's go. Smoke from behind. Or you go around here. Those are kind of your two different pathways to gank this mid lane. Because Death Prophet's definitely the most vulnerable hero as far as ganking goes. Because top lane, you've got a tri-lane. I mean, top lane's vulnerable in some ways because they're in the off lane. They're pushed up pretty far. But Anti-Mage is blink. Visage is fairly vulnerable. You've also got the Chen here. But they've got a tri-lane end of the day. Death Prophet's all alone on an island in the mid lane. So he's kind of your standard gank target. And that's where Arrow Gaming, during this pause, they're probably saying, hey, the supports are missing. Where are they? And they're probably telling Death Prophet, be careful mid. If I'm Arrow Gaming and I'm their captain, I'm probably telling the Death Prophet, they're probably smoke ganking you, but there's always that possibility they're coming top. So maybe it's a consideration for them, but I have a feeling we may see our first blood picked up by this combo here. It's going to be hard to dodge this gank. If they dodge this gank, that's some incredible map awareness and game sense. It looks like, well, another pause coming out. Disconnect from the Ancient Apparition. DDZ at the mid lane. Got actual 7 denies on himself. 7 denies against a TA who starts off with the bottle is pretty dandy. And then with bottom lane. Ninja, this is really good for Execration as far as the lanes go, because Ninja Boogie can free farm away at bottom lane without any supports. And it's just the fear of the supports being there. Once the supports show top, maybe Centaur comes back to the lane, but he's already lost the lane. Mirana's going to have phase boots up and can just zone Centaur out of the lane and almost look for solo kills if he's low, like he is now. Not for 2 points in return even. Very greedy jungle build coming out. Chen smoked up top, trying to get an engagement here. Does he actually have a creeper? It's not the best creep for this when they get a disruption off. They want to go for this kill. This is not the engagement they were looking for. AA was out of position. That should have been a first blood, it looks like, but at least, I mean, I mentioned that should be a first blood coming their way, but they needed to kind of coordinate that better, like come in both from behind at the same time. The Shadow Demon can't really initiate with a disruption. Maybe if they... I think what they were hoping to do is find the Chen alone. If they find the Chen alone over here, that's a pretty easy kill with their combo. Not to mention they've got boots, so they can chase down the Chen, who actually got boots of himself. We saw last game a mech rush coming out from Johnny. This time around he realizes he needs the boots. He needs the movement speed, especially in the offensive jungle. Tornado going to go flying, just trying to zone some of these heroes back as much as possible. I'm wondering if we're going to see the lane switch anytime soon. It's going to come from Arrow Gaming. They see the 2 supports top. They TP the Anti-Mage bottom. Is up against a phase boots Mirana. This is where Mirana can win this 1v1 matchup. I think Radiant supports almost need to come and help him. These right clicks hurt, even with a poor man's shield. The phase boots bonus damage, not to mention the extra movement speed, allows this Mirana just to harass and harass for days. Arrow going to hit. Lance could be in trouble. There's an Arrow Starfall. Hits the double one. Lance survives on very low HP. One more right click was needed. Prophet going to TP in, but Lance has actually already salved himself up. They were looking for him with the Prophet and not going to find him, so bit of wasted time coming from Uwe. The supports get top lane, so even though he TP's in for that one, it's not the end of the world, and they're actually going to find the Visage instead. Cryptstorm goes in, it looks like Visage going to take a fall. The TA trap helping out BG on 4 HP. He's still alive, and now we're going to see a Sprout. Is there an arrow to follow things up? Out of mana is Ninja Boogie, but in comes the TA. 2 kills go the way of Execration. Great start. BG goes down the test of faith. Oh, the Observer Ward giving the vision to the Chen. Johnny's like, thank you very much. I will take that. Anything we can get when we got screwed over by a level 1 Roshan. And Fox at the top lane. This is giving him a solo lane. I feel like the Prophet TPing around almost is good for Execration, even if they're not getting kills. Because AA getting a fast level 6 is pretty damn useful. Prophet can jungle. Maybe not right now without any mana, but Prophet also wants his level 6. But once you have AA plus Prophet both level 6, heroes will die anywhere on the map. Throw a Prophet ultimate and an AA ultimate, and any one hero. Your TA can go in, or your Mirana can leap in, and that hero is straight up dead. So anywhere on the map, you can probably look for kills once these 2 heroes both get 6. So Prophet will take over the lane, AA will go back to pulling. And looking at bot lane, BG's there, just looking to back up Ninja Boogie, possibly looking for a potential engagement. Aegis is going to expire, but that means, hey, Uwe can get his mana back. Aegis will trigger, get some mana, that's the regen. Use your tree and Summon it. You've still got the regen. He throws an ulti. That's free mana. Now he's looking for TP. Where's he TP? TP's to mid. He's looking for the Death Prophet. We'll get the Death Prophet. Teemo with the slow initiation then.
To mulch with you.
He didn't even lose much mana there. It was one of those things like when you have a regen rune, you just spam mana while you have that regen proccing. Although I'm not sure he noticed it. It just happened to time with the Aegis expire. But no Aegis anymore on the Execration side. But when Roshan respawns, they can just go for it again. They've got the minus armor from a TA. They've got the Prophet Treants. I mean, we saw how good their right lamp is at level 1. It gets even stronger at Roshan at 6 minutes in the game. And well, Arrow Gaming, gonna have to be careful with top lane with their Centaur. Has got the one Tango to get out of a Sprout. Sprout Cold Feet could be a potential dangerous combo, but not gonna come out into play yet. Chemo gets scattered by this Observer Ward, going back towards mid lane, so Death Prophet knows that TA's nearby, not to mention that Prophet can TP in at any time, and no AA Ice Blast yet on the playing field. No disruption, no line for an arrow though. Just a bit of self-harass because the mana break, well, that means Antimage loses his own mana himself. This is, guys, for those of you just tuning in, the SEA, Southeast Asian Best of the Best. One of our 2 quarterfinals. The other quarterfinal was First Departure up against Scythe. That one was also going to Game 3. That was over on the BTS2 channel. You can check it out. It may already be over. Lysander Zenora was casting that one. Big thanks for helping out beyond the summit over on BTS2. Arrow going to go flying and missing. And but just to let you guys know, in case you didn't realize, there is a secondary stream for the SEA Best of the Best. Disruption coming in. TA wants to follow this one up. Chen could be in a lot of trouble. Gets a nice first Centaur stun off. Ninja Boogie in trouble. He's going to go down. Doesn't actually have the leap there. A bit of over-aggression coming from Execration. Unnecessary. They're ahead and they just don't need to be taking these fights. Shadow Demon will get the TP out just in time. The Crypt Swarm Soul Assumption not quite there. Maybe could have gone for a Soul Assumption after the Crypt Swarm, but BG actually TP'd mid. Unfortunately for him, he can't really stay here much longer. He's too low on HP. Drops an Observer Ward, leeching a bit of experience from the lane, and that's about all he's getting from here. Prophet and AA at top. AA, level 6 will be hit soon, and that's what they were waiting for. Mirana picks up a drums here after the phase boot, so he's pretty good here. Arrow!
Radiant's
that
top
hits, that's a kill.
tower is under attack.
he can just almost get this solo kill anyway. He doesn't want
Radiant
to leap in because it's kind of dangerous against the Anti-Mage, but a leap Starfall and you just pop your drums, get a few right clicks off. That's pain. AM did use the Mana Void in the last fight, so he's low in mana, not to mention doesn't have the ulti for 15 seconds. And we'll see Execration. I think this is Midas for Uwe. Yeah, he's got his Midas coming out, so he's in a pretty good position here. It's a TP in mid lane. DDZ brought down by the Nature's Prophet. TA couldn't commit to this one, but Moxie and TP's in. TA needs another refract. Won't actually get the refract up in time. The Test of Faith finishes him off. Ice Blast going to go flying. Oh, Visage, he dodged it. I thought he walked in. Whew, that was close. Wouldn't have actually killed him, I don't think. Would have been close. We would have needed some follow-up damage. Maybe Nature's Prophet would have committed to it, but he actually TP'd out of there. With a Prophet ulti, it would have been a kill. And Prophet now back to the top lane.
Top tower is under attack.
Zhang Stars looking towards, I imagine, a Blink Dagger. We saw game 2 a Centaur go for a Blade Mail. I'm not a fan of that build. You definitely want to get that Blink Dagger up. Centaur playing very aggressive behind the tower at this top lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bottom tier 1 tower being pressured here. This looks like Execration. We'll be able to pick this one up. No contest for it. Arrow Gaming just not in position to make a fight of it. But this top tier 1 tower getting pretty low.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, Roshan respawning, and that's another thing Execration can look to go for. They probably want to bring down this tier 1 mid tower at least, maybe some of the other tier 1 towers, but Arrow Gaming just aren't really the best position to fight. And this is where I'm so shocked by this Death Prophet pick. You go Anti-Mage plus Death Prophet in the same draft. One who wants to farm to the late game, one who wants to push to not get to the late game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They throw in a Chen as well, and this Anti-Mage was picked up early. The Chen Anti-Mage you can live with. This is something that teams used to do with their 4 Protect 1. Centaur trying to TP out. He should go down to the AI. Ice Blast does do so. Nicely played by Execration getting that kill. TP in from Ninja Boogie, and he's not needed for the kill, but he can be here for the push. This tier 1 top tower should go down uncontested. Already fairly low. They'll leave Shadow Demon mid. He can just use his Shadow Poison to try and defend this tier 1. And we'll have to see. Oh, Familiar coming in. BG in a bit of trouble. Self-destruct here. Got just a second stun. The Crypt Swarm going to follow. Nice Moonlight Shadow going to help out BG.
Top tower is under attack.
And this top tier 1 tower should go down. They don't mind the Moonlight Shadow being somewhat thrown around just to make sure that they don't give up any kills whatsoever. Tier 1 tower. TA picks it up. Pulse coming out again. That Pinoy internet, man. Well, disconnect. Unfortunately, some FPS issues coming out from Execration. I'm going to see a PC restart. Alright, we can sit back. I finished my tea already, or I'd drink some tea. You guys at home, go get a drink. Go get a snack. It looks like we may have a pause. I've got some baby carrots. Go for some baby carrots right now. Where's LD when I need him? I need like a little buzzer, and calls LD. And then he brings me some baby carrots. But I think LD's at the gym. He's actually casting in about an hour's time. We've got Star Ladder Europe kicking off in 45 minutes, actually. Wait, no, my math is wrong. 35 minutes. At 10:15 PST. So 35 minutes, we've got Star Ladder Europe, so he'll be casting that. And yeah, definitely check out those games. Hopefully this series ends by then, so there's no overlap, because I think he's meant to be casting in this where I am right now. Like, obviously we're on different. It's on a different stream. It's over on the Star Ladder channel, but I've got to actually move so we can use this studio since I'm using our little. I'm here in our Star Ladder studio. Woo! Hi guys. But yeah, so hopefully this game ends in the next 35 minutes, which is going to come down to some of these pauses probably, and how this game pans out. Arrow Gaming will look to play for the late game. This game goes like an hour-ish. We may have to, LD may have to start things in a different location. There's another discount coming out on the Arrow Gaming side. Well, it's a good start for Execration. The lead is about 5,000 in their favor. They can get another tower mid and then go for Roshan. Suddenly we're looking at a 8K gold lead. What did Arrow Gaming look to do? That's the big thing where I worry. Like, often I'll see a team down by like 5K gold and I can think, okay, they're down by 5K gold, but they've got a game plan. For Arrow Gaming, like, you've got this anti-mage who's got a farm. He can't really come to fights. He's got the treads up. He's got 3 points in the blink. He's got a mana void, but he can't really come to fights. They've got no setup as well. That's the other big thing for Arrow Gaming. They've gone for a push draft with an anti-mage farming and no, like, actual initiator. Maybe when your center has a blink, you've got the initiator, but if you've got an initiator, your anti-mage can come to fights. That's where if you've got, like, a Clockwork type hero, you can actually fight with anti-mage. Clockwork hooks in, cogs someone, anti-mage follows it up. You've got the mana void as well for the fight, but you haven't really got a good fighting lineup, because Execration, if they don't want to fight you with the exorcism up, they back off, and that's where anti-mage is useless. If they do want to fight you, it's because you're completely screwed anyways, and anti-mage also doesn't do much, and that's where it feels like Arrow Gaming are somewhat stuck here as far as what they can do to get back into this game. They've got to try and catch out of position heroes. They've got to just try and hope Antimate gets his Battle Fury up as fast as possible, and I don't think that's coming anytime soon. No, he's just got that Ring of Hell. He's not close at all to the Battle Fury. Looking 49 CS, not bad, but we're 11 minutes in, and he has not been free farming by any means. All 3 Dire Core heroes out farming him by a considerable margin. To the guy in chat who asked, Poison Black 86. No, I am not wearing shoes. I go bare feet casting. I'm wearing pants today, which actually I usually wear pants because our studio is no longer my personal residence. When I was casting from home, when I used to cast like using Exp and stuff, I'd often cast with no pants. But because other people come in and out, and later on LD will be casting in here, I do have pants on. Anyways, it looks like... Ooh, I thought he just reconnected. Okay, he reconnected, disconnected, probably just a hotkey. So he's restarted his PC, but I imagine it's just fixing some hotkeys around or something. As hopefully that will fix some of these FPS issues that he's having. Went for an Arcane Boots. I guess the Arcane Boots helps out the team a bit because they don't have any, but that's more something you'd maybe expect Shadow Demon to go for, so the AA can rush the Aghanim Scepter. He's going to reconnect. He looks like he's ready to go. It is tied 1-1, guys, here in game number 3. Arrow Gaming up against Execration. Things looking good with a level 1 Roshan from Execration. They're the ones with a 5k gold lead here in game 3. Looking to get themselves a 2-1 victory. Advance in the playoffs of the SEA Best of the Best. Into the semifinals. $5,000 roughly up for grabs in US dollars and prize money. And that's going, I think, just to the top 3 teams. So getting knocked out here is the end of the road. This one game is going to decide a lot for these 2 teams. Yeah, at the mid lane. What's he actually building towards? Going to be going for a phase Yasha build, so just mobility, movement speed. No drums here. There is a drums up already on the Marana. And Tornado going to go flying in, just harassing him a little bit. And oh, they're actually going to go looking for a kill. Ice Blast is there. Arrow can actually land. This needs to hit. It's not going to do so. Land should blink out immediately. Does do so. Shadow Demon not quite in range for a disruption. That arrow just, there was no line for it, unfortunately. That was really a wishful thinking gank. They didn't have the Moonlight Shadow. If they had the Moonlight Shadow, maybe use the Moonlight Shadow to engage and get a good line for an arrow. There wasn't any possible way to do that. And that's where I feel like they shouldn't be going for this Anti-Mage. He's not farming well. His Battle Fury is still a long way off. Not to mention, even with a Battle Fury, he's not going to fight that well. Execration should be looking to take towers, take team fights away from the Anti-Mage. Like, go gank this Death Prophet like they've done 3 times already. Go kill Roche again. There's much better targets than this Anti-Mage. Central's also a good target. Slow down that Blink Dagger. He's actually fairly prone to being ganked. He's got A10 go up together of a Sprout here. He does have the Stampede as well, but if you can use the Disruption when he Stampedes, you can lock him in place and get that kill. For now, Familiar's hovered over the Roche MP. I think it's Arrow Gaming realizing that they can, that Execration can just take Roche with such ease. Anti-Mage is back bottom. The global ganking potential of an AA plus Nature's Prophet is also the other very scary thought. That's where Anti-Mage doesn't want to poke his head out. If he knows if he gets hit by an arrow, there's an AA Ice Blast, there's a Prophet TPM with a Wrath of Nature. He's in trouble. Just the 1 point in Spell Shield. You don't normally get more early on in the game. Mid lane has been an engagement. They're going on the TA. There's not quite enough damage. The defensive disrupt is there. TA needs another Refract. He gets it. That'll block the Soul Assumption. He's going to meld as well, which he can sit inside. You see a Crypt Swarm go in, but all this damage being blocked. The Ice Blast goes flying as well. Visage in trouble. There's another Soul Assumption. This one goes on the AA. TA still had Refract up. Now Mirana goes in with a Blink. Leap. Sorry. Into a Starfall. Catches out 2. 2 for nothing trade. The TA, that's defensive disruption, just doing some work. And now TA going to clean up the Chen army. With a mech, a Hand of God, Arrow Gaming still cannot fight. That was just, that goes to show the strength of this Execration side right now. Mech and everything. Couldn't win a fight. They almost brought down the TA, but just couldn't quite do it. And now Prophet, we're getting close to that level, getting close to that, he's hit level 11, we're getting close to the Shadow Blade. Anti-Mage does get his Perseverance up, so Battle Fury coming soon. Soon, TM. DDZ at mid lane, looking just to get a phase Yules up, going for that mobility build. But damn it, he'll still get so destroyed. He's still so squishy even when he gets that Yules up. The burst damage of a TA, the AA plus Prophet ultimates with their global capabilities, and, well, I don't think he's going to have much fun this game. He's already struggling. 4 deaths now on DDZ. And Blink Dagger is picked up for Centaur, so this is a big item pick up Arrow Gaming. This means they can... I don't think they want to be suddenly saying, oh, we've got a Blink on Centaur, let's go team fight. It's more, they can actually counter gank well. They can try and use someone like Death Prophet at mid as bait, and then have Centaur blink in as a counter initiator. This is the counter initiator they've needed for quite some time. Question is, will Execration scatter that, or will they get caught out by it? They pick up a Shadow Blade on their Nature's Prophet. TA picks up a Mithril Hammer, which is curious to see if he goes for the BKB or the Desolator build. I think it's maybe a better game for a BKB, but Chemo's an explosive player. He's an aggressive player, so that's where I feel like, well, BKB helps you be aggressive because you got the magic move, but Desolator is all about bursting people down as fast as possible. So, see what he goes for. The Blink's done. He gets refracted here. There needs to be a defensive disruption. Comes a bit too late. Shadow Demon just a bit too far away. Prophet Omelette goes flying in as well. And Fox going to take a fall as well. Nice for Visage. Familiar stun. Ice Blast catches out Chen. Is there any sort of follow-up damage? It looks like no TP in just yet from the Prophet. He doesn't want to go TPing into 5 heroes. He has got a Shadow Blade, but not going to risk it. So nicely played by Arrow Gaming. Well played indeed. Well, that's the Centaur Blink, and now Execration know it's up. They're less likely to get caught up by it like they just did, and TA probably sees that, and if he was undecided about the Desolator or the BKB, he's probably thinking BKB. And to go back to what I was saying, it just allows you to actually be more aggressive. You can go diving under towers and diving for kills when you've got a BKB. When you've got a Desolator, you've got to play with more finesse. You've got to go for a quick kill and get out before you get caught out by any stuns. You've got to really lurk around the sidelines and enter the fight last. With a BKB, you can go into the fight first. You're the initiator. That's where having a Desolator, you have to play almost more cautiously and passive with a Deso than you do with a BKB. Just because you're such a glass
Radiant's
cannon.
bottom tower
Prophet
is
gonna
under
scatter.
attack.
Actually gets a couple familiar kills here. Not sure if he got both of those or just one, but Visage doesn't have a resummon, which is a bit of a worry. Arrow gonna go flying. Catches out just the Central, but they get vision with the arrow. That's a big thing here. They see Arrow Gaming backed off. They'll get the T1 tower and do they go Roche now? I think they go Roche. Throw an arrow from afar. You've got plenty of damage output. You've got a TA with max meld. I don't think Arrow Gaming can really contest Roche as well. Looks like a line's being drawn across the map. They think maybe Execration's going bottom, but no siree. They're going Roche.
Eyes closed.
Oh. A lot of rares to be potentially won this game. Arrow Gaming, they're smoked up. They're trying to get there in time. I don't think they get here. Nope, Roche drops too fast. It's a TA probably picking up Agent.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Well, if I said it was going BKB before, maybe with an Aegis he thinks, let's go Desolator again. This big battle for his heart. You've got the good angel on his shoulder saying, get a BKB. And then you've got the little devil on the other shoulder saying, get a Desolator. Who's he going to listen to? Chemo, who's he going to listen to? I think Execration maybe poisoning themselves for a smoke of their own here. Sitting back on their side of this cliff. Bit of Radiant Vision at the top river, but not much around this mid lane. Bit starved for map control right now. And Antimates, there's your Battle Fury. 17.5 minutes in with his treads. He's your late game hope. And that's where having a Death Prophet mid, like imagine if they had a good tempo control. They get a Puck type hero. They get a Dragonite, something with some good lockdown, a good initiation. Even like a Clockwork mid would be good, but Death Prophet with an Antimate just doesn't seem like the way you want to play something. A Windrunner mid would have been fantastic. A good hero to buy utility items like 4-staff Mechon. Like your Chen can go Mech, your Windrunner can go 4-staff, can go Hex. You've got Shackle Shot, you've got great disables and good spam. Like Power Shot does the same thing as Crypt Swarm. The Exorcism is something that the Windrunner doesn't have, but you're not pushing with Exorcism. They've got 0 towers. A Windrunner mid would have been a lot harder to gank with Windrun, just as good with the spam, with Power Shot, and better with the Shackle Shot, because Exorcism has not even... Have we seen an Exorcism this game? This Death Prophet pick was just very dubious. This is definitely a game where you wanted something like something more along the lines of a utility Windrunner type here in the mid lane. Well, what's done is done. Arrow Gaming, they've got to just say, what can we do from here on out? They're going to be up against a Manta style now on Ninja Boogie's Mirana. He's got himself a ton of farm. But Anti-Mage is there. He's caught up to the TA, and soon enough he'll be catching up the Prophet and the Mirana. Level 12. Lance is the last hope for Arrow Gaming, it feels like. Oh, Stampede, that's bottom lane. It's actually the Death Prophet being ganked up here. Teemo can still chase this one down, and without a TP scroll, I think DDC is just straight up dead. Gets the melt hit. Nicely played.
You'll never know the mysteries.
Well, it's problematic for Arrow Gaming now. T2 tower's still all standing, but that may change soon enough. It is going to be a BKB from TA. The good angel has won the battle for Chemo's heart, this time around at least.
Radiant's top tower is under
And
attack.
A is starting to build towards that Aghanim Scepter I mentioned a lot earlier, so...
Radiant structures are fortified.
Ooh, Prophet, gotta be careful. Quite alone here. Sentinel not quite getting a range for a Blink Dagger. He's going for a Shadowblade Orchid build, so he's gonna have a lot of damage output himself. Very DPS-centric build. Mirana's actually looking for an arrow top. Centaur, gotta be careful. He's not gonna throw it. The creep wave comes in. The arrow actually being thrown now, but it's too late. Not gonna hit. If it hits, Prophet can TP in. Prophet TP's bottom instead. They're pushing the tier 2. And Arrow Gaming, they've got no heroes here. They don't think we'll see any kind of a defense of this bottom tier 2 tower, even with just 2 heroes pushing it. Arrow Gaming are 2 spread across the map. Nope, they will. They'll TP in the Centaur. They've got a Blink as well, but... Well, this tower will get down to deny range, so... There's a Oh, yeah, they do. They tried to get the treants off and not get it deniable, but unfortunately it does get down to deny range, so... There is a defense, but the tower going to go down regardless. As Ice Blast goes flying in, and... Execration don't really care much for the last hit on the tower. If it gets denied, they say it gets denied. They're well ahead as far as gold's concerned right now. 10k gold lead in their favor, so they're not going to want to risk throwing away lives just to get a tower. Instead, they can group up and secure towers in a much safer fashion. The other reason TA is probably not going Desolator is we look towards Mirana building a Desolator after this Manta style. Generally the way we see things pan out. Ninja Boogie not hitting that arrow on the Anti-Mage. I don't know if he has the damage to bring him down, even with a Prophet TP in. Maybe with an Ice Blast. Ice Blast plus the Prophet ultimate probably gets close. And now we look for the 4-man push mid lane. They haven't got Mirana though. Moonlight Shadow is there. But this is not the easiest lane to push. They may just swing top as 4. Looks like that may be where they're headed. Familiar stuns on the TA, but TA has the Aegis BKB as well. And they're all swinging towards the top lane. Prophet will finish off this neutral camp. Could pick up the Orchid in just a second. He's got the money for it now, picks it up, and will fly that out to himself. He can TP in soon. Looks like he doesn't want to TP in just yet. Wants to go meet the courier and then TP towards his top lane. I don't think Arrow Gaming can defend this.
Radiant's top tower is
Maybe
under
they can
attack.
push Execration back, but no, not even the case. They'll maybe look to try and sneak in the night. They send in the Chen Group. Death Prophet there as well. Tower gets destroyed by the
Dire's
TA.
bottom tower
These
is
Chen
under
Groups could just end
attack.
up being food here. I think TA can just look to kill these. I'm surprised they're sending these in. They lose a Centaur, they lose an Ursa, and 2 Chen Creeps down the drain. It's not easy for Chen to rebuild his army, because moving out of the Radiant base is tricky. Like, actually getting to this camp can be dangerous. There's only a Radiant ward there, so no vision for Execration for the time being, but potentially in the future. I mean, that could spell disaster. Ninja Boogie's going safe. He's going BKB. I don't blame him, but I think Desolator would have been nice here. I guess TA can go back for a Desto now after the BKB. And he's almost completed a BKB. Anti-Mage still farming away. He needs that Manta style. It's getting later and later in Southeast Asia. It's about... It is, what, almost 1 a.m. They need it to be 3 a.m. though.
Radiant's
That's the
middle
time they're
tower is
hoping
under
for.
attack.
And they need it to be 3 a.m. soon. The Malaysian squad in some trouble here. Game 3 decider in this best of 3. Aero Gaming up against Execration. Yule Scepter finally picked up for your Death Prophet, but this Death Prophet's just been a non-factor and will continue to be a non-factor this game. There's just nothing they can do using this hero. They're not pushing towers. There's 0 towers taking a fall. Like, some towers have taken damage, especially that top and bottom tower, but mid tower is still almost full HP. Well, T2 top tower got pushed. Looks like they'll swing bottom here. This tower already deniable, but hasn't actually been denied. Look, top lane, they found the anti-mage. That's the Orchid. No Manta style, and he gets Orchided up, and he goes down. He picked up the ulti orb at least, but he needs that Manta style as soon as possible. I don't think he lost much gold because of that, because he did just buy the ultimate orb. But great timing on the Orchid on Prophet, getting it before the Manta style. During that kill. Now we look towards this T2 tower. Here comes Arrow Gaming. They're trying to go for a deny here. The backdoor protection still coming into play. The slow is there on the Death Prophet as well as Chen. They can't really go for this deny. It's still full HP in the Exorcism comes into play. Arrow Gaming holding on tight for now, and I think they just want to deny this because Execration have numbers at bottom. They're not denying it this year. I don't think they can fight. Well, I guess they wait. I mean, Execration can wait for Exorcism to wear off. They don't have to. But they're going to just back off for now. Surprised they don't just deny this tower. I don't think there's really much value in holding on to it right now. It's not like it's a mid tower or something where you can TP in and near Roshan. Often you'll see like a dire side and keep like a tier 2 tower alive just TP to, even if it's in deny range. But no, towers remain standing for now. Prophet may be the one in charge of just solo pushing it. Where's our anti-mage? How close to that Manta style is he? Not really there anytime soon. Well, I'm just right. Well, the Manta recipe not there anytime soon because he's not getting the farm, but he'll get it in the next minute or so. Just needs a couple creep waves. But his farm is just not there right now. He's behind the TA still by only a couple hundred gold, but there's Mirana and Prophet. There's 3 heroes, top of the net worth by margin, and Death Prophet is sitting on 7k only. Only barely ahead of a hero like the Ancient Apparition, who's going to have an Aghanim Scepter. Support AA with an Aghanim Scepter, and that to me is going to be almost the game clincher. We get BKB up on your Mirana.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I think once we
attack.
look towards AA with an Ag Scepter and a Desolator picked up, either Mirana or
Radiant's
TA. It looks like
bottom
TA will be
tower
going for the
has
Desolator,
fallen.
but once they have that Deso for the burst damage and the minus summer for pushing, that's when Arrow Gaming could be all sorts of screwed different directions. And, well, for now, Execration just happy to wait things out, play things slow. They can wait for the next Roshan as well. It's a bit of a long Roshan respawn. They've got a full 2.5 minutes on this 3-minute timer, so it's about a 10.5-minute Roshan respawn. Not ideal for them, as they want to be applying pressure as soon as possible, but TA's still got a good 2 minutes away. Well, a good minute and a half, 2 minutes for his Desolator, so maybe they're not going to be too phased by this. Mirana picks up the BKB. Shadow Demon almost with a 4-star. Item pickups just all over the place. And, well, there's your anti-mage
Dire's
Manta.
middle tower is under attack.
Still a big, big gold deficit. 15k gold almost. And Lance, I'm not sure how much he can really even fight, even with the Manta style. He can come to a fight, but he needs initiation. That's going to be on the Centaur. If Centaur hits a nice blink hoof stomp on multiple heroes, maybe Antimage can follow it up. Death Prophet with an Exorcism. Has picked up a Ghost Scepter, I like
Dire's
this.
top tower
Bit of
is
extra
under
stats,
attack.
make you a bit tanky, not to mention
Dire's top
you need that
tower
Ghost
has
form against the
fallen.
TA. Mirana's starting to right-click hard, and even the Nature's Prophet can right-click decently hard, but speaking of Nature's Prophet, Scythe Vice coming into play soon as well. Not much I can do to get this Anti-Mage. Shadowblade in, but the Orchid not going to help against the Manta style. Lance going to TP bottom, and now we just look towards Ninja Boogie, pushing out this top lane. We'll see Roshan respawn in the next 30 seconds, roughly. And the SEA, best of the best. Game 3 decider here in the quarterfinals. Execration versus Arrow Gaming. It's Execration on the back of a level 1 Roshan. For those of you just tuning in, this was a level 1 Roshan in a Game 3 decider pulled out by Execration. And right now, Arrow Gaming just have been unable to bounce back from it. Uwe getting very close to his side of Vice, and that's another big worry, cause for concern. Arrow Gaming, they've taken down their first tower at top lane recently, and they're going to look to bring down their second now at bottom. Exorcism gets used just to guarantee it, and Antimate goes in, tower gets denied. Yule Scepter is there, but Blink, Stomp, not going to land. Chemo pops his BKB, he's going ham here on the front line. Prophet TP's in as well, the Exorcism's still going, so it looks like Execration don't really want to commit to this fight. Not against the Exorcism, but that's going to be wearing off fairly soon, so the chase is starting now. Moonlight Shadow being used, TP out from the Death Prophet. Here comes a trap, catches up Visage and Chen. There's a TP on your Visage, Arrow going to go flying, it's going to land, is the send home? It's going to be just in time. Visage survives on about 50 HP, but the Chen, he'll take a fall. There's no way out for him. Chen Centaur also going to go down as well, so they only catch one there. They lose a tier 1 tower, but I don't think Execration mind they only got one kill. They'll look to rotate mid. TP defend this. Ooh, Ancient Apparition, gotta be careful. And it's on the high ground, another TP coming in. This one the TA, and that's gonna force him back. And then they go into Roche. Cheese and Aegis this time. 28 minutes in, it's the third Roshan of the game. And that means Execration can potentially get Aegis and Cheese, push high ground using the Desolator on TA, and well, it only gets worse from there. Not to mention, this timing window from Execration, they'll have Aegis, Cheese, they'll have Hex, just picked up on your Nature's Prophet, and they've just got Desolator as well. Even Mirana just picks up a Demon Edge. Sure, this is not an actual MKB or Daedalus complete yet, but this is still a decent chunk of damage coming out from Ninja Boogie. I don't think Arrow Gaming can fight this. They've got to use the Antimate to constantly split push lanes, try and stall the game as long as possible, but defending this push is going to be a big ask. The only thing missing from this timing is the AA Aghanim Scepter. Maybe they even wait for it. I don't think they need to, but it's definitely something they potentially could wait for. It's where you almost say, AA man, you can take some farm, take some length here, but for now it's gonna be Ninja Boogie rotating towards top. They realize they've got a good 5-6 minutes on the Aegis, so there's no need to rush things. They'll have these items in 3 minutes time. They'll still have the Aegis and Cheese. They give Arrow Gaming a bit of time to pick up some more items themselves, but what's Lance gonna get? He's building towards a harder Terrace, but he's probably not gonna have it before the push. Even if he does, it's not the biggest concern. The Pipe, the Centaur's a pretty big item pickup though, so that's one thing which will help out Arrow Gaming a lot as far as defending goes, but Execration, 30 minutes in, have got themselves a 15k gold lead. They're gonna just have to push out these lanes. That's always the tricky bit against the Anti-Mage. Constantly split pushing. That's where you have to either commit to a push and say, hey, look, you can have our tier 2 tower, or you just deal with his split push and then look to go for a push later on. And that's what, for now, Execration have decided to do. Deal with the split push first, then go for a push. And the thing is, they've got a Prophet. Prophet can easily push out these lanes. He pops his Wrath of Nature. That'll push out top. Pushes out bottom as well. Bottom's in a great spot. Anti-Mage does nothing to split push here. Top lane's the most pushed out, but he's not up there. And this is where T3 tower will go down and Execration will look to go high ground. Desolator's up. They're bringing down towers pretty damn fast here. Defending this will be a big ask for Arrow Gaming. This is where they wish they didn't have a hero like Death Prophet. Sure, the Crypt Swarm spam is nice, but it's not really enough necessarily. Antimate's getting close to pushing this one out. Prophet gonna TP down here. He has got a Hex. They need more than just the Prophet. He's thinking about chasing, but it looks like Antimate sniffs it out and he TPs himself at home. So Execration not committing to this game, and I feel they still scale better late game. Like Execration have the better late game. You've got an Antimage on the Radiant side, so what? He can't actually teamfight at any point. All he can do is split push for the rest of this game. Execration have 3 carries. Prophet, TA, Mirana. This is a late game Prophet. He's got Hex, Shadowblade, Orchid. This is a carry build. He can go back for a crit, go back for an MKB, depending if you feel like Antimage's going Butterfly or not. An Antimage, even with a 6-slotted Antimage, cannot fight this Tricore. He's got a Death Prophet who doesn't scale well late game. Centaur, who's just going to be a kind of disabler in the late game. This late game for Arrow Gaming is very lacking. And that's where maybe Execration are just like, look, if we can push with the Aegis, we can. If not, who cares? Our late game is just going to crush theirs. Let's just keep on TPing back, dealing with the Antimate split push, and eventually they may pick him off. You could have Prophet with a Hex. You TP in your TA, your Mirana, get him with a Hex before he can Manta, before he blinks away, you get yourself a kill. Antimate's not going to show himself top, so no TP's up there for now. Execration,
Dire's
is
top
this the time to
tower
commit?
is under
They've
attack.
got the Aghanim Scepter. That's maybe what they were waiting for. Is this the timing? Lance going to once again show himself up top, and if they want a TP, they need to do so now. Prophet is going for this kill. He's going to go in with a Hex, and then we'll see maybe a second TP coming in. Oh, did he hear it or see it? That looks like he gets himself out of there, but Prophet can just defend this one and meet up with his team later at mid lane. This Aegis, though, is ticking away. About 2.5 minutes left, so they're really cutting this fine if they want to use this. Antimate's picking up a Hex, and we'll run right into this Shadow Demon. Trap not going to help there. Things getting very, very heated here. The Antimate's sitting on 2.4k HP, but his damage output just is going to be, he's going to struggle to fight. The other big reason he's going to struggle to fight is there's a Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon is so good against the Antimate. If you blink in his Antimate, you get disrupted, you lose all your mana. Disruption into Purge. And well, just flat out even if you blink away after the disruption, you've got Antimage illusions on the side of Execration, and BG has gone for a build which I really like. He's max disruption. 8-second duration on those illusions. Level 1 disruption has a long cooldown, shorter illusion duration, but at level 4 you get 16-second cooldown, 8-second duration on those illusions. And that's where, even if Antimate blinks away, you take those illusions, right-click the Visage, right-click the Death Prophet, find a target, even the Centaur. You burn away his mana so fast with those Antimate illusions. Antimate has to be very careful with his positioning, as it looks like Familiar gets sniped here, and this is the timing here. They're going for a bit of a split push here. Nature's Prophet at the bottom lane with the Mirana. TA lurking around near the mid lane. Next creep wave is coming soon. And this tower getting chipped away at, and in goes the mid TA.
Radiant
As a refraction,
structures
forces
are
out the glyph. The creep
fortified.
wave not even needed because the creeps are in base at bottom lane. Arrow going to go flying as well. Let's quote this creep wave, and TA wants to go in mid, so it's a split push coming out. Antimate is just pushing away at this top lane. TP coming from Prophet. They want to go for this kill. I don't think Antimate sees this one coming. You need another hero to actually TP in for this. No TPs just yet. Chemo looking for the Chen. Ghost Scepter gets popped. What's happening with the Antimate? Can he cancel this? Hex is there. Cancels the Antimate
Dire's
TP.
top
Antimate
tower
just stuck.
is under
He's
attack.
top. He can't actually defend. Prophet can TP back to finish this push now. And Lance, all he can do is split push top. He cannot take this. He just can't get back unless he starts blinking his way down here now, which he's not doing. Prophet's going to TP back in. They want to commit to this bottom lane. They want to try and get Raxus. Great TP cancel from the Prophet. It's giving Execration potentially a chance to actually get Raxus here. Team on the front line. He's got the Ace. Will go down, but in exchange for Centaur, and he's going to respawn in a second. Antimate's just going to get back. He's blinking. You can see he's almost back here. He's getting very close here, but the Raxus almost already down. Chemo with the Desolator damage is going to bring down the first set of Raxus here. Bottom lane is gone. Antimate gets disrupted up. Here's your Antimate Delusions. He gets Hex on top of this. They deal with the Antimate Delusions, it looks like, and a bleep Starfall takes out the Antimate. He buys back immediately. Ninja Boogie doing a ton of damage. AA finished off the bitch. AA Ice Blast just doing work here on the front line. Gem gets dropped, it looks like. Antimate is your last hope after the buyback. He's going and he wants the Nature's Prophet. Can he even get the Nature's Prophet? Disruption is there. You need to see maybe a Sprout TP. Sprout behind him. Antimate. Where do you have to blink? He blinked back. There's a gem. He picks it up and, well, they lose Raxus. They get a kill on the Mirana, they get a kill on the AA, they take the gem, but they lose Antimate, force you pop a buyback, and now we wait for Roche. Uh-oh. This is getting worrisome for Arrow Gaming. Not sure how much they can actually do with this one. Execration, 35 minutes in the game, are getting very, very close to breaking through. 35 minutes. Chemo, he's got 5k gold. He can finish off his Manta style if that's what he wants to go for, but he may just want to go for more damage up, but get something like a Daedalus to go with all this. Lance at the bottom lane. He's just sitting on 1k gold after that buyback, and I think Execration will be waiting for this next Roshan respawn. Prophet's at top. He's sitting on 4k gold, and that's the other big scary thing. Execration can have buybacks. A hero like Prophet, when they go for the next push, you can just buy back and then just re-engage, and suddenly things get really difficult to defend. But now Execration are waiting for the next Roshan. They're going to be hoping on a really fast. They want this timer to just be like a less than 1 minute Roshan respawn once we get past this initial timer.
Haste.
Gem, a second gem being bought, it looks like. Yeah, Radiant team had gem. They leave it at base. Yeah, left it at base. So they bought another gem just to control, basically for map control. There's no actual invis on this Radiant side. They just want to have make sure that there's no vision that Arrow Gamer can get up on the map. especially for this upcoming Roshan. And now's the moment of truth. How long is this Roshan respawn going to be? TA's got a Mad Star. And the other question is, do they even wait for Roshan respawn? They could just go straight down the mid lane. Smoke coming in from Arrow Gaming. And it's... Oh, look at this. A 10-second Roshan respawn after the timer. That's like an 8-minute 10-1. They're going to pop an Exorcism. They're trying to get an engagement here. The Centaur pops a Stampede. They blinked in. Chemo's already got his BKB off, though. This is looking bad for Arrow Gaming from the get-go here. Ice Blast goes in as well. The pipe getting popped as well, blocking a lot of this damage. Chemo's still fighting strong. His BKB's worn off now. He's trying to right-click through. The Sideblade's going through a lot of these heroes. Chen on the front lines has a Ghost Step, but needs to pop it now. They've already lost Centaur. They Chen. They lose the Visage as well. Anti-Mage is on the run here. He's been hexed up. He's been silenced now. He's already got the Manta Style. He gets arrowed in the trees. Stay in the trees. Get arrowed in the trees. He goes down. GG is called. Arrow Gaming tap out. It's going to be Execration moving on to the semifinals. What a game coming out from the Filipinos. They take the series 2-1. That was a fantastic way to end the day for the Southeast Asian Best of the Best, guys. What a fantastic game. Whew. Execration, they're a team to look out for. These guys are solid. Arrow Gaming have been causing upsets, taking games off Titan, taking series off Titan, doing well against Scythe, and here they are, falling to Execration. Execration proving that they are one of the big teams to look out for in the Southeast Asian region. And guys, that does it for Southeast Asia Best of the Best. We're going to be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Singapore time for our other quarterfinals. We'll be streaming Titan versus Sahara here on Beyond the Summit. Beyond the Summit 2 will be, I believe, What Is Hip will be casting... What's the other quarterfinal? RRQ versus Myth Trust. So those are your two quarterfinals. RRQ versus Myth Trust and Titan versus Sahara. Then we have our semifinals at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So guys, tune in tomorrow for Southeast Asian Best of the Best. Quarterfinals at 10 a.m. At 11 a.m. Semifinals at 2 p.m. Right now, we're done. Congratulations to Execration, guys. Head on over to the Star Ladder English stream, though, because we've got Star Ladder Europe kicking off. That's in 5 minutes' time, which is why I'm going to have to wrap up quickly, because LD, he needs this studio. You see this Star Ladder stuff? We've got Star Ladder starting in 5 minutes, guys. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It's great to see so many people, 16,000 viewers tuning into some Southeast Asian Dota. It really is. Warms my heart because I love casting Southeast Asian Dota. It's where I got started casting, and it's so much fun watching these teams play. So big thanks to all the viewers for tuning in today. It really does mean a lot to us, to the Southeast Asian Dota scene, to help it grow and to help these tournaments continue to exist. So big thanks to you guys. If you want to support me, you can follow me on Facebook. I'm facebook.com/btsgods. I've got a fan page there, and also on Twitter at btsgods. If you want to support me, give me any feedback on my casting, and also just give me any ideas and what you want to see more of for the Southeast Asian Dota scene, because we want to keep doing stuff in Southeast Asia. But for now, guys, that's it. I've got to stop talking. LD's going to come knocking soon, and he needs this studio for Star Ladder. Big thanks to eClub for putting on the event, and also a big thanks to the sponsor for the tournament, NVIDIA. So, guys, without much further ado, we're done for the day. Congratulations to Execration, as well as whoever won the other match. I'm not sure if Scythe or First Departure won. It was in Game 3. Big thanks as well to Lysander for casting over and Beyond the Summit too. You can check him out at Lysander Zenora, and he'll be back more in the future casting for Beyond the Summit, guys. But for now, Gods, signing off. See you guys later.